Hello. What's going on out there, folks? This is Lee Black coming to you live, Real Talk for Real Men, our Saturday edition. I hope you're doing fantastic out there this evening, I should say. You know, we know it's got some bad weather hitting different folks in different parts of the world. I hope you're safe. I hope everybody's doing very, very well. Let me stop and bring in my co-host from Memphis. This is Tasha. What's going on, McMac?
What's going on, Black? How are you?
You know, I'm here. I'm doped up on meds today, and they're starting to kick in. So, I'm a little loopy, but we'll definitely get through.
Oh, so you're already warning us that you will not be held responsible for the things you say.
Absolutely not. So, what might come out my mouth tonight, I'll subscribe it to me. But yeah, charge it to the head, not to the heart. I'm a little hopped up on pain meds, y'all. So beware. I see my brother from Texas. What's going on, Mr. Kenny?
Hey, what's up, brother? What's up, my sister? Hey, you know what, Black? You must be loopy all the damn time because there's no telling what's gonna come out your damn mouth. So, so you must be loopy all the damn time.
Oh my God! Well, we are on TFG Uncut and TFG Ratchet, in case you didn't know. So we are part of the family, and we earn every stripe of being ratchet and being uncut. So
right.
You got be forewarned. But how you doing out there in Texas, brother?
Man, we doing all right, man. Again, that's severe weather. Yeah, it's coming through here, but nothing really severe. It's just rain. But it's okay, man. It's okay. I can't complain.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, good to see you, man.
You too.
As always. We're gonna wait a couple of minutes and see if any more of the fam gonna join. If not, we're gonna pop in and do whatever we do, have a good conversation, because it's always good to see people. As we said on the last show, this is holiday season, and not everybody's in the holly jolly. For some of us, we're getting through the season the best way we can, and so reach out to one another. I would tell everybody, and the TFG family that we're a part of. This is just one show. If you ever come across this, for people who view this is just one show under the umbrella of TFG. Great content, all of the shows, truly a family environment. So I invite you to share this channel, like, comment, and keep coming back. Keep on coming back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna do that. I'll go so far as to just kind of break out and say what we're gonna talk about, and we'll probably get into it. I'm gonna give about another 2 minutes. The topic today is, am I an asshole? And this is going to be taken from the wonderful world of TikTok, videos. There is a content young lady, and who's the source is Reddit. Tasha's brought this to my attention, so she has her own platform where she does a thing, about am I an asshole, as she presents various scenarios. So we're gonna have a little fun with it. I haven't listened to any of them whatsoever. So, whatever the situation is, we'll set it up. And then, of course, we'll talk about it the way we do here on Real Talk. So we'll have a little fun with it. So, I know that with it being Saturday, look, people have lots going on as we're getting closer to the holiday season. And I'll just, and as we wait another good minute, I want to ask about you guys, overall, how you guys doing?
Man, I'm kind of like, I put on a smile most of the time, but man, it's, just trying to get through, this holiday season. Holidays just hadn't been the same for me in some years, and this is gonna be the first one with my ex not being here, and her born day was on Christmas Eve.
Wow.
So me and the kids are gonna probably go to her grave on her born day. So again, like you say, Brother Black, I know everybody's like, ooh, we got all the Christmas trees, but there's a lot of people's like, I don't
Absolutely.
feel that.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Well, my heart is out to you and your family, my brother. And
appreciate it.
I'm just a phone call away if you need me.
Oh, I know. I hit you up. I need to check on you more often about your physical. We need to definitely make sure
Man,
you stay on top of that, brother.
I'm trying. So that is what I'm dealing with, folks. A pinched nerve in my neck. And I was going to hold out without taking pain meds. I couldn't. I was cleaning up, doing my normal Saturday routine late this afternoon, and I'm sleepy as all get out. I got to tell you. So, Tasha, what about you?
I can tell. Yeah.
Well, I've always maintained this is for a long time has been my least favorite time of the year. I don't like the holiday time. I don't. And it's just more for me. My problem has been like whenever I started working in retail. So I got to see how people, like really are during, because to me, this is the time of the year where you really see how people are based on like how they treat, like the people like in the stores and everything. So this is my least favorite time of the year. I don't like how people act. I would just want to get through it. Put my head down and just get through it.
All right.
That's definitely
I
understandable.
appreciate you sharing that. Welcome, Brother Bert. What's going on, brother?
Bah humbugs. I know what's going on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up? What's
Right
up,
on
Ghost?
time.
What's up, Ghost?
You're right on
My
time.
guy. My guy.
I'm good. How's everybody?
We're making it, man. We here and we much better now that we see you and your wife. What's going on, Miss Hannah?
Hey,
What
y'all.
up? Hey, what's up, Hannah?
So the fam is here. So that's always good. And I love that by humbug, which is we're gonna jump right into this video because while people are doing their thing, maybe this is the time of year where we really see the assholishness come out in us, and we're gonna find out, what we think. So
like
what
that.
I'm about to do is I'm gonna share my screen, and again, this young lady from TikTok, she's gonna present a scenario, and we'll discuss. So I'm gonna bring up the very first one, and the caption is, "I just caught my dad cheating, and the woman he is cheating with is pregnant." So this ought to be interesting. Again, I have not
Is that
listened
my
to it
dad?
yet.
I'm playing.
Wow.
Ah,
Oh,
Shots
wow.
fired.
oh, wow.
So we're gonna let her do her thing. Oh, how come I can't hear?
I don't know. Is your
The-
sound on the video? Did you share?
Yeah, the sound on the video might be muted. Just
Let's
check
stop
on
sharing.
yeah.
I thought I did. So hold on.
It could be the volume on the video is
Yeah.
We're gonna get to the bottom of it. Hang on. That's the only thing about video sometimes that you have to be at the discretion. So bear with me. Let me pop this in again and see if I can get it set up. And we'll go from there. All right. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. How come I can't scroll it down? All right. Bear with me, guys. That's the power of live TV.
Mm-hmm. You get it.
What it is I cannot get the screen to go down. When I do it a little bit, it's going all the way. Hold on. Let's try this. Let's try to set it up. And unmute. And start her back. All right, let's try this again. Here we go. Sharing audio, screen, bam. Can you guys see?
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman he's cheating with is pregnant. So I, 16 female, decided to go to a local coffee shop and get a drink. When I spotted my dad with this woman, not too big of a deal, they could have been coworkers or something. Then he started brushing her hair out of her face while he was talking, and he had a big smile on his face. Definitely something you don't normally do with just a friend or a coworker. So I started recording. Then they kissed, which where I'm from, you definitely don't do with a friend. I also noticed this woman is in her mid to late 20s while my dad is 41. I also noticed this woman is very much pregnant, probably around 8-ish months. After I got my drink, I decided to confront my dad and walk up to them. I just said, "Hey dad, what are you doing?" He looked shocked, but then said, "Oh, just getting coffee with a friend." I decided to be brave and said, "So you kiss all of your friends like that?" I saw panic in his eyes and he quickly said, "Don't tell your mom." I then asked if the baby was his. He said a quick yes while not even looking at me. I just said, "Wow, you had at least 9 months to tell my mom about your affair, yet you haven't. I'm really disappointed in you." Then I left. My dad has a job in business, so we always thought he was busy at work, but we now see where he spent some time. I was going to text my mom right away, but she's at work right now and she's a nurse, so I don't want to distract her from an important job. So I'll tell her when I get home from school. I feel really bad for my mom, and she told me this morning that my dad had an early morning meeting. I could see sadness in her eyes, and I asked her what's wrong. She admitted to wishing he was home more to be with us. So yeah, I can't believe my dad did this to my mom, and she definitely deserves better. So I told my mom, and she was upset and cried for a while and wanted to be left alone. Then my dad came home with flowers to try and suck up. Long story short, they yelled and argued a lot, and now my mom and I are packed up going to my grandma's. I just caught my dad.
Okay, okay. So that's a heavy situation that she kind of covered in a minute and 36 seconds. I think everybody on here would agree that she's not an asshole, you know,
No,
for how
not
she
her.
handled
No,
it. So I would think so. But
no.
I am curious as to how you would have handled it under those circumstances. And what would you do? For me, to raise this question for me, what would you do if you was out in a restaurant or somewhere in public and you spotted a family member that you knew was married with somebody else? How would you handle it?
Oh, I'm telling.
Oh,
I'm telling. Don't don't do it if you don't want me to see it. You know, as an adult now, I'm 34 years old. I'm telling, and I don't give a damn whose family I ruin. I don't care because you shouldn't have been doing it anyway. Because if obviously you don't care, so why should I care? But then also in for the story though, for her to be 16 years old and to have to witness it, take it all in, and then to still make the decision to go ahead and tell her mom, that's a
Right.
lot. That's a lot for, to be at that age, like for some people, my parents got divorced like when I was like little, so I can't really remember all of it. But to be at that age, that has like those has some long term ramifications of what she just experienced in that. So
Hannah, you were gonna say?
I'm gonna say this. I'm talking from experience. I'm keeping my damn mouth closed. I had a cousin of mine who, when I say we were close, you know how you have cousins you grew up like brothers and sisters.
Oh, I got
Right.
a bunch of them.
That's how we were. Like people actually thought we were sisters growing up, and didn't realize that we were cousins. So I told her that her fiance at the time was cheating. He came home and said that he wasn't. I was making it up. I was jealous. I don't understand how, because I was married at the time, so I actually wasn't. But whatever. She stopped talking to me for 2 years. He had 2 babies on her by the neighbor. She came back years later because she didn't know how to face me after that and was like, "I'm so sorry, you were right." But like she can't, it was so bad. She wanted to fight me for
Okay.
him. So from experience, I'm keeping my mouth shut. I know it might sound weird, but you never know. Sometimes people know that about the other person, and you saying it could be embarrassing to them. So therefore, because when I found out from her, she said she already knew. So I don't even know why she was so upset at me in front of him, but she already knew. So from experience, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
I've been in that situation, and you make a really good point. I'm interested for my fellas because I know sometimes for us as men, we see things and might know things, and we keep them. I'm curious as to what would you guys do if you saw a family member or your boy, you know, in that situation. You know, if you catch somebody cheating, what do you do? What's your stand?
I'm like Hannah. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing because then I that's a situation where I can be put in the middle of something again. Like maybe they already got, maybe she already or he already know that they stepping out. I mean, I know all of it, but yeah, if I see a partner of mine out and he's dipping and dapping, I ain't saying nothing to his wife. All right, hey, that's y'all business.
Okay,
Okay, I say
Bert.
one thing.
Sure, absolutely.
I'm not saying nothing to the other person, but I am going up to that table too when I see what I see.
Okay, so you are going to confront
that
him.
person, but I'm not saying it to the other party.
I got you.
But that's my dad. I'm pushing the mistress in the face and I'm walking off.
Wow.
Because
wow.
that was gonna be my question. I understand like the loyalty to like your friend, but take it out of there. Let's just say it's an aunt, it's a grandmother, it's your mother or your dad. It's a someone like that. Does that change the way that you approach the situation?
Most definitely.
Mistress is getting hit if it's my mom.
Most definitely it changes. Yeah.
Immediately. Yeah. I'm not joking. I'm not paraphrasing. The moment he admit, yes, this is my mistress, I'm punching her her mouth, and I'm walking off. And Dad, deal with your mistress bleeding while I'm going home.
Wow.
Because I don't play about my mom.
Okay. Bird, I'm waiting to hear what you said. Kenny, you said it would change things if it was your mom or your aunt or something. So family member changes for you.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Okay. Bert, what you say, my brother?
All right. I'm in the same situation where it's like my parents, they divorced when I was like 1 year old. So I don't know that dynamic between the two. The closest that I got, Lord, please don't let neither one be watching this show. Oh man, okay. So
no names.
I'm definitely no names now. So we had all went to a basketball game. Now, one party was with somebody that I truly love. And I know that they don't know anything about this incident. When I got back after being dropped off, the one side said to me, if I wanted to, I could have. And this is when I was about like 12 or 13 years old.
Okay.
Now, I will say this. With them two being together, and that's it. If that situation did happen, I'm rocking hard for mom. Cause I love my mom.
I know this story. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I love my mom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But looking back on it, that was wrong. Now, any other family member, I'm gonna step to them. I'm not gonna tell their other. If it's an uncle, aunt, whatever, I'm gonna step to them and let them know what it is. If it's a homie, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm gonna step to them. I'm not gonna go to the other because I see how way things go left a lot of times. Then you look like the asshole and you sitting there looking stupid, and here it is. You know what was going on, but they make it seem like you a liar. So I'm gonna step to the homie and let them know what it is. But that's where I stand on that. But as far as with the parent thing, doing that to my moms, oh yeah, it's gonna be an issue. It's definitely gonna be an issue. And it's a shame though, because like what Tosh was saying, 16 years old, you pretty much are gonna break up. Even though he did it, you breaking up the family dynamic right then and there. You know, so that's a tough one. But yeah, I probably would I had to wind up telling my moms.
Okay.
I would have to tell her.
Okay, that's deep. What's going on, Antoine? Good to
What up,
see you, my brother.
What's up, Antoine?
Good to see you. So for me, this one is personal, and I've been in the middle of many times. Sad to say, unfortunately to say that I've been on that even with my own mom. My mom was dating somebody for 35, 37 years or something. I'm keeping it real with you guys. When I was 16, 15, 16 years old, I seen the guy she was with women. Now, I didn't see them kiss or nothing, but at the same time, I'm not stupid. I could tell the situation was what it was. Even at 15, 16, I knew what it was, that this just wasn't, I called him Mr. Jimmy. I wouldn't call him father, nothing like that. I called him Mr. Jimmy. And there was situations where I've seen Mr. Jimmy with somebody. Now, what I did is I walked up and I spoke, just to let him know I see you and I sense what's going on. Looking back in hindsight, should I have told my mom? I did not. As I got older, I've seen situations, and I could really say some shit now to blow some scenarios up. I've seen some shit, and I didn't tell.
I'ma tell. I'm sick of this shit. I'm telling.
I don't know. This one for me is it's hard because even when I saw the guy doing what he's doing, I had much love for who he was doing it with. My approach has always been to go to that person and say, "You fucking up."
Yeah, and that's mine too.
You fuck it up. Like, look, you know why? I don't know. I never was able to bring myself to go to the person, the woman,
right?
You know, and these instances. But I said to the guy, like, you know, hey, I saw you, you know, like, damn, you got a good wife, you know why, you know, I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but that's what I did.
Can I ask you something about Mr. Jimmy? Did he ever pull you to the side and say, hey, I know you probably think it ain't what you think it is? Did he ever try to explain that to you?
No. In fact, out of all my brothers and sisters, I'm the one child that he never had a solid relationship with. Our relationship was very, very complicated. You know, growing up in a house, and he was there for a lot of times, but he was close to even my other brothers and sisters. Him and Sherry was super close. God bless him, he's dead now. And my older brothers, they loved him. My older sisters, they loved him. They loved him. I mean, he did a lot for them. He was like a father figure, but he never felt like a father figure to me. I remember growing up in the house, being 12, 13 years old, and I was the only person who had a TV in the house. I had bought me a 12-inch black and white, and I used to play Donkey Kong and shit like that. And he'd get up in the middle of the night and see me. He didn't know what to say to me. We always had this kind of odd relationship. And once I seen him in those scenarios, we really never talked. It was a weird vibe where I think he kind of knew that I know what's going on, but I didn't say anything either. You in hindsight, you look back being a kid and you wonder, what should you have done something differently? Because to end this story, after 30 years to my mom, he moved his wife from Jamaica and he went back with his wife, and it devastated my mom.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
And Hannah knows about this, but there was a situation with one of my parents, right? And of course, I already said that there was somebody that I truly love. And there was a situation when I was in the car and they went to a person's house. Does the dynamic change because that person, the other person, is not blood? It's a different dynamic. Is that the case?
As to why you would tell?
Yeah, because
tell or not, like the loyalty kind of deal. Like I don't know them. For me, it's definitely conditional as hell. Because like if I don't, it's conditional as hell. Because if I don't know your partner or not, I'm still gonna say you need to tell before I do. But it's not like where I feel compelled to do it now. But like as like a parent, if it's one of my parents. Oh, I'm telling. I don't give a. I'm calling a family meeting. I'm doing it on the phone right then and there. I'm telling immediately.
Right.
I'm beating ass.
You know, for me, I've always had this thing of being loyal because it's a man. God forgive me, but in my brain, I'm fucked up in that sense. In that I expect. I hate to say it this way, but I expect men to do their thing on the side a little bit. I've always subscribed to the idea of don't get caught, be smart. I've always felt that way from even being little. You got to remember now, I had older brothers and I watched them do their thing. I watched my brothers. They would, but it was just normal. It was normalized for me. Every brother I had, it was normal. I don't have a brother or that was like a one woman kind of guy. They all did their thing, so it was normalized to me. So even when I moved away and I was 17 years old and I see other people do it, whether they were family or not, Tasha's laughing because
tiptoe.
But it was normalized to the point where I didn't see that man any different other than be smart. And that's fucked up.
But I guess that's my whole thing with it. Like if it's something, if you just feel like you just have to do it, or you just whatever is going on between you and that person, and you just feel like that it's the streets is just calling to you. To your point, don't get caught. Be smart. Don't do it so blatantly out in the public.
That's
It's so
hard.
disrespectful.
Yeah,
It's harder
yeah.
to cheat now, though. Social media, everywhere.
yeah. It definitely is harder now.
Caught.
These dang phones, these damn phones,
I saw a
man.
video where somebody was just recording their dinner, and the person commented on TikTok and was like, "That's my husband in the background on a date."
Yep.
I agree with you.
You never know.
I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes are everywhere. Antoine say facts, and that's the truth. You know, a few years back when Tiger Woods got caught, but it's not just Tiger Woods. So many people are selfieing and taking snapshots and this and that. Yeah. It does capture things, I mean, Tosh was having this conversation the other day about doorbells, cameras.
Yeah,
cameras are everywhere. They are everywhere.
Hey, speaking of which, that's our email Doka. That's how that sits with that
off of a freaking
doorbell camera.
And why you at this woman's husband's house?
It's amazing. Real Estate Insider, what's going on? That's the creator, the innovator,
what up, Lamb?
TFC himself, and he says that location feature, oh my God, will get you. Technology, it is harder to cheat now. Yeah. I agree, Hannah.
But there is a workaround for the location feature for you iPhone people, but I'm not going to tell y'all because y'all shouldn't be doing that no way. So, but there is a way to turn it off without somebody knowing that you turned it off.
Wow.
And you can turn up your precise location versus your regular location.
Antoine says you can track on.
But ain't nobody telling y'all that.
No.
I've always cheated in plain sight. I've always been a cheater.
He said, Black say the hell with it. I don't got to
I've always cheated in plain sight because I've always thought that if you normalize the behavior of being a flirt and this and that it was always, that's just Black. That's his way, in my days, when I had a girlfriend, or if I whether not a girlfriend, it could be somebody I'm fucking with. My thing was bring all the bitches over at the beginning of the relationship. Bring them all, everybody bring them to the house so I can see who I'm going to be going down the line with.
Yeah, oh man, you wild.
Wait.
Don't do that.
Bill say his phone dies and the battery fall out every time he does. Smart man. Smart man. Smart man.
What the hell ever?
Smart man.
All right.
Well, Hannah, you was about to ask me something?
I'm not asking the damn thing. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. What's the next
that's what's up. Hey, it's real. Okay, we're gonna change to another topic. I don't know what she's talking about. Here we go.
Did you read the caption on this one?
Okay, hold on. Because I had it scrolled just right, but let's see before I do it. Oh shit. This one it says which person am I an asshole for leaking a notebook in which a person describes everyone they slept with in detail?
Oh yeah.
Yes, you're an asshole.
Oh
no,
wow.
not the asshole.
Okay, yeah, I gotta hear this one. Got to hear this.
You leaking people business? Let me hear this.
In which a person described everyone they slept with in detail.
Did you scroll when you did it?
Yeah, see, I had it fixed and then I just scrolled.
Yeah, no.
19 female live in university halls. Our student village halls are a house, each with 5 people, each having one single room, and 4 other flatmates, one of whom is Sierra, also 19 female. Each of us have our own room, and we have a communal kitchen with kind of a living room area inside the kitchen. It's exam season, and after that, we are done with our year and we are moving out. All year, Sierra has been a party girl. I am not judging. It's totally normal to All year, Sierra has been a party girl. I am not judging. It's totally normal to party in your first year, and legal drinking age is 18 where I am. I will be lying if I said I didn't party. And she's been experimenting a lot with her sexuality. Again, no judgment, but she's also been very vocal about having a notebook in which she writes down every one-night stand or sexual encounter she had and how she was planning to make it into a book after she graduates. She told a lot of people that she writes down names, body details, and details of encounter. Everyone pretty much ignores her when she's talking about it because we just find it cringy. Well, the other day I was home alone and I went into the kitchen to grab myself a cup of coffee and I noticed a notebook on the table. It looked like one of mine and I was studying in the kitchen a night before, so I grabbed it thinking that I must have left it. Oh boy, was I wrong. Turns out it was Sierra's infamous notebook. It was a train wreck. I know I should have stopped reading, but I couldn't put it down. It was so much worse than anyone thought. It was details of every encounter with scores and disparaging comments about people she slept with. She was rating their bodies, commenting on their skills, smells, etc. Every single detail about the encounter, comparing them to others, and etc. I took photos of every single page and left the notebook where it was, and I didn't mention it. I edited some photos to remove names and posted it anonymously to Facebook group we shared with some people. It blew up all over the campus and Sierra got a lot of hate for this. Well, she ended up figuring out who it was that leaked it and she blew up at me, calling me a bunch of names, threatening me with legal action, etc. And she reported me for bullying to university authorities. Now in the aftermath of her figuring it out, I'm still sitting here wondering if I was really the asshole for posting photos of her notebook. So am I wrong for making it public?
Oh, that's a good one right there.
Not the asshole.
This is really simple for me, but go ahead.
Okay, yeah, anybody.
She is an ass, and I'm going to tell you why. If I tell you as a person, I want to make money off of this and write a book, and you decide to go behind my back and post it online, you're an asshole. I don't care if I was stuck with everybody at the Million Man March. That's not your business to put out there. It's my own business. And I feel like once you said you opened a notebook, you saw it. What was the point of you putting it online for everybody else to see? And if I want to make money off my own adventures, that's not your place to put it out there. So I'm thinking of a different aspect. So to me, she is a complete asshole. And I would have whooped her ass because what you're not going to do is put my business out there, but for me. I'd have beat her ass with the notebook in her face because we're not doing this. And you messing up my money. Because after I graduated, when these people didn't know me, when I left school, when no one saw me anymore, I was going to make money off my own adventures. And for you to do some crap like that, she's a whole asshole. And she knew what she was doing. And that is bullying because you're not even thinking. You're putting other people's business out there on campus while they're still there. She said once she graduate, leave, people don't know them. So now everybody on campus business is out in the streets. So she just worried about being popular on campus, which she probably isn't. And now all of a sudden, you not just embarrass your roommate because you seem like you jealous because she probably ain't got none, ain't get none. Well, I want to get up in that. So you jealous because your box is trash. So you jealous anyway. That's what it seems.
Damn, Hannah.
So instead of you embarrassing your roommate that you was jealous of, you embarrass these people. Now they know that they trash in bed, they stink, and everything else. So yeah, she should have got kicked out of school, her trifling ass.
Tell me how you really feel.
Antoine says, "Oh my God," and the Real Estate Insider says, "You deserve an ass whooping for that." What's going on, with the super fan, Miss Tori? How you doing?
Hey, Miss Tori,
good to have
what's
you
up?
back from vacation. Tell us all about it. Glad to have you back from Thanksgiving. Beautiful. Antoine says, "LOL, wow, Hunter, you shooting with the bomb."
Right? That was napalm.
Anybody thinks she was not an asshole for doing this?
Hands down, not an asshole. Not an asshole.
Please tell me.
Not an asshole. Absolutely not. Number one, the little bitch got exactly what she deserved. Keep a book, that's fine. You dumb as hell for writing down real names and identifiable marks in a way that anybody could have stumbled across that book, because it's not like you had it locked up, secret, hidden in your room. That's your fault. You live in a communal space and you opened your fat fucking mouth and told everybody what you were going going to do? Don't be mad because somebody done stumbled across it and told all your business. You could have just been fucking and sucking and only your roommates knew about it off to the side and didn't tell nobody until years later, boom, they see the book and they're like, oh my God, I know exactly who this is. That's her fault, not the asshole. People, lock your shit up. If you don't want nobody to know what you're doing, don't tell nobody. Just don't tell nobody.
Antoine, she just gave you her why. Terrence, what's going on, cuz? He say he just got his label. Wow, that story is crazy. And Brother Real Estate says the girl deserves an ass whooping. Absolutely. Brothers, we think she was an asshole. That's number one, right? How would you feel about how do you feel about her keeping a book? And have you ever done such a thing? Kept a book? Brother Poston, long time ago. How do you guys feel about this?
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You want to go, King?
Yeah, I go. Hey, man, it's simple. I kind of see what Tasha angle on that, but nah, Tasha, man, that girl's an asshole. First of all, she found the book that was somebody else's property. Then you picked it up. You knew it wasn't yours. Then you gonna take it and you gonna start reading it because it got some juicy stuff in it. First of all, that's an invasion of that girl's privacy. Obviously, the girl should have kept it in the room, but as soon as you knew it wasn't yours, as soon as you opened it up and said, "Oh, wait a minute, this ain't mine." That's when you close the shit and you put it back where it is. That's what you should have done. So yeah, she an asshole. Have I ever done that? Nah, man, I don't keep no black books about whom I done slept with.
I know that's right, brother.
But I keep it up here. It's all up in here. I never write it down. No paper trail. No.
That's right. No paper
Real Estate Inside says I got a spreadsheet.
Oh,
I ain't doing all that because somebody can, I keep it all up here. I'm good on that.
Antoine says she had no code. LOL.
She was jealous. She couldn't get none. She had to read about it.
Go ahead, Brother Bert.
Yeah, this is how I feel. I see where Tasha's coming from now. That person was dumb for leaving their book out. I don't understand why they even keep it like on a computer or drive, something like that. So that way you would never have to worry about them situation. But she was stupid for leaving that book out there and not knowing that she couldn't keep track of it. Now the girl, she's an asshole. And that was an asshole move. You knew what you was doing. You know how you was going to maneuver with that shit. So at the end of the day, that girl should have kept her mouth closed, not told nobody about her business and what her end goal, her end game was going to be. But at the end of the day, she was a complete asshole for that move. And she should have got her ass whooped. But anyway, and as far as like what you saying about keeping a black book or anything like that, no, it's all mental. What was the bull from Malcolm X, West Indian? What was his name? He said he kept all the numbers up here.
Yeah, Archie, West Indian Archie.
Yeah, right.
West Indian Archie.
No, like you said,
never write it down.
Yeah.
How many up there?
No paper trail.
Right.
I refuse to be a part of self-degradation. I'm not answering that question.
The real estate inside says,
right.
So Brother Lamar got a point though. He says got to use code names, no real names.
True.
Yes.
That's true. That's true.
And I agree with you, Antoine. She did it for attention, So here's where number one, Tasha, she's an asshole.
She's not an asshole.
Because for me, what she did she went above and beyond to be an asshole, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. She's an asshole, but I'm glad she did it. So here's my take. She's an asshole, but I like that she did it. Because I admire that, believe it or not. Now, was it an asshole move? Absolutely. She could have stopped reading it at any point. She took pictures of it. She posted it. And clearly, she didn't attach her name to it because she talks about eventually the girl found out that it was her. Now, Hannah, it wasn't that she couldn't get any. She said at the beginning, she's drank or done her thing too as well.
Right.
So she said. I'm
just saying, these are college girls. I remember when I first moved to Pine Bluff, Arkansas, they used to have the whole code come out every season. before college would start. And my God, you as a man, you wanted to get your hand on that book. It was a beautiful, beautiful song. I admire what she's doing. And the book was in detail. It told you which girls did what, where they work, how they like it, who let you run train on them, all that shit. So it was a beautiful thing to live in Pine Bluff at that time, to pull up and you already know which services you're going to get. That was a beautiful thing.
Oh, wow.
And I used to keep it written down. When I was younger, I used to write it down. And I did have a rating system as well. The problem with where I had to throw the book away, I really did. I rated on a star system. You know, it was simple then. I was 17, 18, years old. And, I was feeling myself. I was new from New York. I was knocking them holes out the box. So I was rating them with numbers of stars. The problem came to where when the numbers just started getting too, and then it just got too nasty. So how do you, my rating system wasn't working at that point because I would have had to revamp the whole thing. When I looked back in girls that I rated a 4-star, but then she sucked dick, but she didn't lick ass. So now do I demote her down a couple of stars? So it fucked my rating system up. So now I have to keep it all up here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, you know what?
I'm just
that could get complicated because the more sex you have, the more different things that you're introduced to.
Absolutely.
So that could get complicated.
Absolutely.
True.
Because even with women, I got a question for y'all. I got a question for the women here. Tori says, I figured Mr. Black would have a book with ratings. I did. I really did, but it got complicated, Miss Toria. And she says also the best mobsters got taken down by black books as well as high class men. Absolutely.
That's true.
But when you're young, you don't know no better. But I got a question for all you guys on here, because we all probably have had some history. Do you, though, whether you write it down or not, do you rate your encounters as women?
Like seriously rated?
Absolutely. As men, I know we rate. Ladies, do you? I'm curious. Do you rate encounters?
I'm not going to say rating. I mean, I think it's different what counts and what doesn't. I don't think it's necessary. Maybe it's a different rate than y'all rate. I don't think women rate. I mean, me personally, I don't rate. I wouldn't rate, but I mean, what am I rating for?
I would say okay, I'll jokingly say like 0 out of 10 stars, never doing that shit again. Kind of like that. But then as far as like lining like the dick up, like where it falls on a line. No, you don't matter if you're not in the top 5. You do not matter if you're not in the top 5.
Yikes.
See, on these shows, you learn a lot about. This is why I do this, because I never really I always wondered, do women?
Y'all rate pussy?
I thought y'all did.
Absolutely, I did too. I swear to God,
I thought women did too.
I swear to God,
dick don't count.
But isn't that like kind of a rating? If you don't
that's
count
what,
dick?
You're not.
That's
in the
what
running. You can't be rated if you're not in the running.
That's what I just said, Hannah. It's like if you're not like in the top 5, you don't count.
You don't count. You're not in the
running.
So isn't that like a ranking?
You said
it is a rating. It is a rating. It is a rating, but it's not on an individual level. It's not like that.
That's interesting.
Okay. So
what's
how
going
do you
on,
get
Candace,
in
on
the
the
top
candy
5?
shop? She said, "No, I don't rate."
What up, fam? So what is it? How do you get in the top 5 in your rating system?
You got to blow my mind. That's how. You just got to blow my mind. That's it.
Hold on. The fam want to know what gets a person in the top 5.
That's what I just asked.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. As a single
I'm saying
woman,
what's up, Britton? What's going on, brother Britton?
So me, I'm not going to say.
Up, Brent?
I don't know how everybody rate. However, when you're in the top 5. That's the thing. You don't have to ask. That's something you know. Like if you got a big dick or not. If you sling a good dick or not. Just like women know if they got good box or not. So that's something you already know.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna
Okay.
disagree with you
I
then.
don't think we know.
I'm gonna disagree with you.
You know you got
I
good
was
dick
gonna,
in that.
I was
not
gonna answer
necessarily.
Joseph's question. What he said, like, what gets someone like in the top 5? For me, if you're asking me personally, what gets someone in the top 5?
Right.
The person that I rank as like one of the top people that I've ever had sex with is someone that I've had a situationship with for years. That's someone who introduced me to different things sexually that I had never done before, was able to pull out from me a level of comfort that I had never done before. If that person can leave me speechless or consistently is delivering good dick, where yes, each time I'm like, oh my God, I ain't never had it like this before, that's what puts you in the top 5. I mean, it's that simple.
Now,
Can I say one thing?
Oh, go ahead.
Good point, Brenton. Every rating system is subjective. I agree.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a
Not being selfish will get you up there too. If you worry about getting yours off and not the other person, you're not even in the running at all. So count yourself out if you're selfish.
Oh no.
Okay, we learning a lot about women for sure, brothers. I disagree with a lot of what they said for me. But what do you guys say? They say that a man because he got a big dick.
I didn't say big dick.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say big dick.
Oh, I thought you said big. I
said
you know.
Just like you know if you have a big dick or not, you know from a woman's the way she acts, the way she interacts with you, you know if you're in her top or not.
So you're still going where I was going. I don't necessarily agree with that because some of you women are good actors.
I was getting ready to say that. Y'all some damn good actresses.
No, they ain't that fucking good.
Okay.
But
they ain't that damn good at acting.
I'm going on. I'm going on my personal experience. You know, I'm going on my. I know a woman one time, and only woman ever made me say quit. I can't. I took her to the hotel room and delivered her to my 2 nephews.
What Jesus? Oh my!
Absolutely, they beat the living brakes off this hoe. I dropped her off at the hotel room, the Radisson Hotel in Memphis, Tasha, at around about 8 o'clock. I go home. I'm exhausted because I can't. She was too much for me, and I get a call 2 o'clock in the morning. My boy saying, "Partner, come get this bitch." She was screaming and yelling all in the background and panicking, screaming rape and all kinds of shit. Now, when I left, I'm watching them. I'm talking about they plugging every hole in this hole.
Oh my God.
They beating the brakes off this bitch. So I don't necessarily agree with that, you know. Okay. And then I'm sorry. And then as far as a rating system, like I said, you know, I have Tasha like you. I have a top 5 of headmasters, not sex, because the sex is a little different. The headmasters, you know, Carmen, you at the top of that list, baby. God bless you. Ain't nobody gonna never replace you.
Did you not their name?
How are we name dropping?
I'm just saying she know who she is. God bless you, baby. You know.
Why are we
I'm just saying. Tori said if she call you back again, then you would know. If she ghosts you, then you don't. It was not true, Miss Toria. Not true. Not in this day and age. Not in this day and age. I believe in this day and age, women are flipping men the same way they flip us. I'm gonna say this, Miss Toria. I know women that I know I did a good job. I ain't talking about right now when I'm fat and I'm slow.
You right, Black.
But I swear, I put my hand. God strike me down. I'm telling the truth. I know women that I know I beat the brakes. Look, I have pussies out there that don't owe me nothing. Not a pubic hair. Them pussies don't owe me nothing.
To you. As a man, to you. You.
That's what I'm answering. You're right. But in my personal experience, I know I did my job. I know I did it well. But I believe that some women like, okay, now I've had that. Now I want to move to something different. Okay. Because I've always said this about women. Y'all don't count miscellaneous dick. You just proved it to me, Tasha, by your statement.
Yeah,
You
they just said it.
It doesn't matter if you're not in the top 5.
No. Let me be very clear what I said. Let me be very clear. I did not say it doesn't matter as far as the body and counting the dick. I'm saying in terms of if I would do it again and if your dick matters in my history of dick and all the dick I've had, if it even matters. That's what I'm talking about. Not that it doesn't count. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in the type of dick as far as the level of good dick I've had. If it's not in the top 5, then no, I'm not gonna count it as good dick.
I love that.
Okay, you're not gonna count it.
I still
count it, but just don't count it.
You might be different. There are anomalies. So to what I'm saying, but my experience again has been a lot of women don't count miscellaneous dick. They don't count that dick they sucked when they was just in the club, when they got pulled away in the bathroom, or they went on a vacation and they fucked the dude and he came real quick. They do tend to count specific things. Us, I ain't gonna speak for the men. I count every nasty stinking act you can think of. If you take your feet in and rub my dick between it and I come, I'm counting that. I'm counting everything.
Bert, does that count? Kenny, does that count?
I'm taking those memories to the grave with me. All of it counts for me.
I'm getting something to drink.
Is the drinking word of the day, Dick, Tasha?
For this scenario,
yes,
Dick, it is.
Brother Brendan, it is.
Joseph makes a good point because somebody said, "Well, if you keep calling you back, steady contact can be because of convenience." I love that point, Joseph, because some people was just in the rotation and we had a nice little thing. Yeah. And again, we were comfortable with each other. They know I didn't have nothing. I suspected the pussy didn't have nothing. I got caught out there a few times with chlamydia, guessed the wrong way. But, sometimes it's just a matter of convenience.
It's different rotation.
So. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Boy, that was.
I'm trying to make sure I get all the comments in because Miss Tori, she's one said that if she call you back again, then you will know. If she ghosts you, then you will know there was no good.
That's pretty much true. I agree with that.
I don't agree in this day and age with that. I really don't.
It depends on where you fall in a woman's rotation too. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, they may not necessarily ghost you.
That's why I say
you just gotta wait your turn.
I'm so glad you said that because in Atlanta and fuck Atlanta, I think now for men and me and my boy, we talk about this all the time. You have to wait to get chosen now.
Yeah,
you have to wait to get chosen and on their terms. Especially in this Me Too era, you can no longer be the aggressive way you used to be with women. Back in my day of being out there, woman pass, grab her arm a little bit, you approach her. You can't do that now. You pretty much have to wait for the full green light till they ready, and then hope that even if you do a good job, that the bitch ain't gonna come back behind and saying, that you took advantage of them.
Well, you better do a good job. Shit.
Agree.
That's all I'm saying.
Because you don't even know.
Nat, I'm gonna fuck at the level. I'm gonna fuck at the level of her level. If you giving me sloppy B level pussy, I'm gonna give you B level dick. Yeah.
And I'm just
the
rotation thing going. Like you don't know because some women out here, and I say it depends on the individual. Like if you able to finance certain things, they might just put up with that bad dick or whatever the case might be. Just
very good. Point.
I mean, get something.
Very good point.
Get whatever.
Very good point.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's some people.
We're gonna get in one more. We're gonna get one more. But this conversation, you know what it proves? Ladies, how much I love y'all. But you lying sons of bitches, y'all are way too complicated.
We not lying. We not lying.
I'm lying. This is the problem. Men out there, this is the problem right now. You seeing good examples of this.
We didn't say anything wrong.
Y'all don't want to hear the truth.
Y'all do be full of ish. Y'all do. I ain't gonna even lie. Y'all really do be full of ish.
Nothing we said was full of shit.
Not one thing.
Tasha, if he introduces me to new techniques and this blah blah blah.
That was my response was to Joseph's question. How did someone get in my top 5, not Black's top 5, and Tasha's top 5? And
Antoine
because
Antoine
someone
said
else
these
can do
sisters are
anything
real
new
ones.
sexually, and
Hey,
because no
Antoine,
one else has been able to
quit
do what
pissing
he's
up,
been able to
Antoine.
do, that's
Wait,
why
wait,
he's
Antoine,
in my top
Antoine,
five. He ain't
Every
supposed to
time
be in their
Antoine
top
come on
five.
here,
I'm
every
still just
time
saying, oh
Antoine
my
come
God,
on
he
here,
made me feel so
he piss
special
it
and all
up.
that kind of shit.
Okay, hold on. And the reason why Carmen is in your top five because no other woman has ever sucked her dick the way that she did. Correct?
I agree with that.
Okay,
Okay,
so
Okay.
now
boom.
moving
There you
on.
go.
Moving
I
on.
agree with that. I agree with that.
Now
I'm
moving
just
on.
saying, no. I'm just saying overall, I just think you some lying sons of bitches, but
That-
that's why we're in the
And I
state
think
that
y'all
we
don't want
in.
to hear the truth.
I think you just trying to hear whatever you just
Whatever
trying to
makes you
make it
feel
seem like
better.
it's us, and we're not, and we're telling you.
Charles say he late to the party. What's
What
going
up?
on?
What up, Charles?
We gonna get
up?
in one more. We gonna get in one more, so we can let these lying sons of bitches tell us what's going on.
This
Whatever.
motherfucker right here, I can't stand
I'm just
him.
kidding.
Cannot stand him.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
It's all love, y'all. It's all love.
We gonna get in one more.
That's
All right.
hilarious.
I don't know what this one is gonna be about, y'all. So, oh my God, this one didn't have a caption, Tasha. So this is what it says. Plus, it was just a one night stand, and Mark felt guilty for it. So we gonna see what she's saying.
A one night stand, and Mark felt very guilty for it. Am I the asshole for telling my best friend that she's partly to blame for why her boyfriend cheated on her? I, 28 female, have a best friend, 28 female. Let's call her Dana, who used to date this guy, 30 male. We'll call him Mark. They only started dating a little over 2 years ago, but I always considered them as relationship goals. Always acting so sweet around each other, with Mark being so caring and funny. I always thought Dana was very lucky to have him as her boyfriend. Ooh, starting this off, you really like the guy and the girl's supposed to be your best friend. Like, wow, she's so lucky. You're supposed to be like, no. He's lucky to have her. So you kind of like Team Mark already. Yesterday, however, I got a phone call from a crying Dana telling me that she and Mark broke up after she found out that he cheated on her. I immediately rushed to her place to comfort her, still quite in disbelief that someone like Mark could do such a thing. When she finally calmed down, she told me that Mark confessed to having a one night stand with one of his coworkers and he was too guilty to hide it from her. He tried reasoning with her, but she was having none of him and ended the relationship right there. As she should. Don't tell me you're trying to tell her to stay with the cheater. She then started talking about how that asshole tried to guilt trip her into staying with him by telling her that he only cheated because she was working all the time and felt emotionally neglected by her. And now, here's where I could be the asshole. I intervened and told her that maybe Mark has a point. She tends to be a little workaholic. She then glared at me and asked if I'm seriously taking his side. I said, I'm not taking any sides. I'm just saying that maybe you're partly to blame for the relationship problems that resulted in Mark. Plus, it was just a one night stand, and Mark felt very guilty for it. Oh my god, you are not condemning his actions. Oh my god. Just a one night. Mark feels very guilty for it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have confessed. So that means it's okay. This girl sounds like a pick me girl. Pick me. Choose me, Mark. Love me. She then asked me if I think she should take him back, and I told her that everyone makes mistakes and she shouldn't let just one moment of weakness destroy her entire relationship. She then told me that I'm unbelievable and told me to get out of her house. I was a bit taken aback by this, but I didn't want to cause any more drama, so I just left. I was waiting until today for her to calm down a bit before we talked again. But now I found out that I've been blocked by her everywhere. She was my best friend since high school, so of course I was very hurt to find out that she cut me off over an argument. While I don't condone what Mark did, I still think Dana is partly to blame for this mess, and now it seems like she's taking it out on everyone else who doesn't agree with her, which I'm afraid might end up leaving her very lonely. Am I the ass? Oh my god. Yes, you piece of shit. Have you ever been cheated on? Then you can't talk. You literally can't talk. Well, he only cheated on you once and he feels really guilty. That's why he told you and you guys have had such a good relationship, so you take it back. And then what happens the second time? If he loved what he had, moment of weakness, my ass. Don't give me that shit. Ugh. Get this pygmy girl out of here. Plus, it was just a
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so it means to set this up from where I'm going with it. I don't think she's an asshole per se. This was just, I think, a situation where you confront a friend that been cheated on. But I want to ask the group though, if there is one moment of indiscretion, do you end the relationship over that?
Yes. Yes.
One moment.
I think that's why we are in the state of confusion when it comes to dating. I think that's the main reason why. is because it's oh well, it's fine, you know, there's so many options, or I didn't mean to, or you were emotionally neglecting. Yes, yes, leave the fucking relationship. Why subject yourself to it? Why do it? It's not going to help you. You're always going to harness some form of resentment. People can say that they forgive, but you don't fucking forget, okay? So there's always going to be that in you where you're always going to resent that person, or that person may start to resent you because you didn't even hold them accountable for their own actions. Yes, and in this situation, yes, the friend was the asshole. Even if you love the person that she was with, she sounded like she was a damn coworker. But even if you love the person that they're with, if your friend is unhappy, even it, and I'm not saying what she said to her friend was necessarily the wrong thing. Maybe the way that she approached it, and she did seem like, to me, she was showing favoritism for the guy, but it was in her approach. I think had she gone just a little bit gentler to her friend, especially of a best friend for as long as they had been, I think it would have gone over a little bit differently. She better be glad the girl didn't jump on her.
Okay, I respect your views. Let me read a few comments for anybody go. Charles says, first Mark needs his ass beat for cheating. What in the first 48 is going on? Antoine says, all righty then. You know, and it kind of answering some other stuff. Brenton asked a really good question. You know, whoever made of rubber says, what up, asshole? So I'm assuming you're talking to me. Hey, I'm doing all right. How you doing, asshole? But Brenton says, whose moral compass is everyone using now? Very good question. Victoria says, I'm not dealing with a cheater, period. Not buying it. If you do it once, you will do it again. I threw out a cheater, met my husband, been with him December 31st, 38 years.
Right.
Congrats.
Love it. I love hearing stuff like that. Love hearing stuff like that. Charles said, depends on what the situation is. So last one, Joseph says, he could have kept quiet and said nothing, and they would probably still be together. So
nope. He would have done it again.
So do you feel like, do you subscribe to that saying, once a cheater, always a cheater? Do you think he should have said something? Do you think there's room for forgiveness if a person has one act of discretion? I'm curious as to y'all views.
I'll go.
Yes, please.
Just this situation in general, I'll go there first. I feel like she was an asshole only because a couple of things. One, Mark didn't say I had a conversation about her working. He said she was working late. I just jumped into another woman and went and told her. To me, both of them were a-holes because you was working last night. You was working way too much. I cheated on you. As my friend, and I'm coming to you heartbroken, your job is to listen to me. I don't care about with someone who's not your friend. And I'm with Tasha. She definitely sounded like the coworker. She sounded like she wanted a piece of Mark for herself because that's the only reason why she's so gung-ho on Mark's side. And I actually had a friend who was so gung-ho on my ex-husband's side and came out years later that she actually slept with him when we were married. So I'm speaking from experience. Sometimes when they're on that side, they either want a piece or they got a piece. So I'm definitely with you on Tasha, and I'm talking from experience. Now, the once a cheater, always a cheater thing, I'm going to say yes. Now, it depends on it. If someone, before you are establishing a relationship and somebody might have someone else you're on the talking zone, I don't think that counts as cheating. Once the relationship is established and you are in the relationship and you just decide to step out, and I feel like, and I'm talking from experience, I feel like if you decided to step out of that actual relationship, you will do it again. But it's like I said, it depends on what part of the relationship you're in. Some people consider the talking stage a relationship, and some is really not. So in that stage, no. But that experience and established relationship, and especially a marriage, absolutely not. And I'm just going by experience. I stayed in a marriage before for 10 years and got cheated on and didn't leave. So from experience now, no. So I do feel like once a cheater, always a cheater. But it seems weird. I also feel like sometimes people will make a mistake. However, that was not a mistake. Like, he blatantly cheated, went home, was like, yeah, I slept with another girl, what's up? Nah. He wanted to hurt her.
Do
he
you
did it.
do either of you ladies subscribe any blame to the woman, to the girl, if she was a workaholic and he felt neglected?
I would establish it with her if he told her. If he told her, sometimes when because I'm going to be honest, sometimes when you're focusing your career and your goals, sometimes you don't know. And that goes for men or women. Sometimes you really don't know when you're just gung-ho and focused and got goals to meet. So if he pulled her to the side and was like, you know what, you working a little bit way too much. We need time for ourselves. Then I would say, yes, she was to blame. But the way she reacted, you can tell that they never had that conversation. Because to your friend, you would have said, well, he told me before I was working too much, but he never made that establishment. So I would place blame on her. Once a conversation is had and you decided to do nothing about it to fix your relationship, then the blame lies with you.
Okay, fellas, jump in here with any of this, because a lot's been said. And Joseph asked the question: has everyone on here ever not cheated? Fellas, jump in here. I want to hear from you guys.
Go ahead, Ghost. I'm still thinking.
All right, I'll jump in. I think it just depends on where you at in a relationship, and I think that's what anybody so far who has spoken that was talking on. I think it's just where you at that time. Now, if you're in a relationship that's already established, then that's a whole nother ball of wax. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, people do make mistakes. If you haven't talked about it or anything like that, and I do have to piggyback off of what Hannah said, if you haven't talked about it and then you just go out there and do what you're going to do, then you kind of holding, when you come back and say, well, you always been working, or, well, you doing X, Y, Z. Well, guess what? I didn't know that. You can't hold me accountable of something that you never talked to me about, because I was so focused, I didn't even realize that. And that does happen. Everybody's human. You're not going to always pick up on certain things. So that's why you always got to have that communication, always have that talk. But as far as once a cheater, always a cheater, I don't really subscribe to that per se. Now, in certain situations, depending on the individual and depending on the circumstance. Okay. Now, you do have certain situations where guys or girls, whoever, will continue that same pattern because they feel like, hey, listen, I always can get back in. She gonna forgive me, or he gonna forgive me. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm going to do, because it's always going to be the same. I'm always going to be in here. Right. And then you do have some people that might just got caught up in the moment, got caught up into something like that, and then it wasn't genuinely a mistake. Like, damn, I fucked up. Shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on the individual, and it depends on the situation and what's going on.
Okay. Brother Kenny, jump in here, man. Serious topic, serious implications here. What do you say?
To answer the actual the question, was she an asshole? The friend, I would say that she was probably asshole light, kind of like Mayo light, She was semi-asshole a little bit. And I also think that in this scenario, from what because there's a lot of information that we really probably don't know a whole lot of the backstory on this, so it's kind of hard. But I will say this: I think the friend, her presentation probably did come across as an asshole, like Tasha said. I think it's not sometimes what you say, it's how you say it. But I also can say that maybe the girl was in her emotions, because a lot of times you can be so emotional upset about something, and you're not really hearing what that person is really trying to be helpful. So your emotions just all jacked up. Yeah, you feel you hurt and all that, but I think sometimes if you're basing it off, you're in your emotions at that point, so you really can't really see it what their friend is really trying to be helpful. Now, as far as Mark, I don't think it sounds like to me he never had this conversation with her. So yeah, he's an asshole for basically being blasé about it. So yeah, you work a lot, so I went out and got me a nut. I mean, who does that? So he was an asshole on that point. As far as once a cheater, always a cheater, I'm like Brother Bird. I don't really subscribe to that theory. I think it depends on the individual, and I think people do. I think men or women, whoever's a cheater, they can change. So, and then it takes time. It takes them to get to a different experience in a different place in their life. But I don't think just because a person cheats once that they will always cheat the whole time. I don't subscribe to that.
I love it.
I just want to I'm sorry. I just want to answer just the last question. The once a cheater, always a cheater. In a specific relationship, yeah. Like that's how I would say it. Are you
Okay.
saying like in a lifetime? Come on, we're not gonna do that. We're
Yeah.
adults. We're not gonna be
Yeah.
that obtuse. Okay, we're not gonna do that.
Okay.
In the
I get it.
confines
Right.
of a relationship, yes, if someone cheats one time, yes, I will always say once a cheater, always a cheater in that relationship. But they can move on to another relationship to where they never that thought never even
Okay.
crosses their mind.
I
I see.
understand.
I see where you're coming
Yeah.
from. Okay,
Okay.
I get
that
it.
makes
Okay.
that. I get that. I get that.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me
Hey,
get in
Black.
some of these. Yes, sir.
Black, and I want to tackle. I don't think I really tackled this real quick. I'm not gonna hold everybody. As far as with the friend, I think that at that moment, maybe she should have consoled her girlfriend a little bit, and then maybe she could have doubled back around later on once things cooled off,
Right.
and start talking to
Yeah.
her about the reasoning why he probably did it, and maybe she can tackle some things with her on that part. But if she's broken down like that, I don't really think she want to hear anything else, but just
Right.
hear me
I
out
agree with
and
you.
just console her a little bit. Y'all friends, y'all can talk about the other stuff another time.
Okay. I love the comments and don't disagree with, most of it. I want to share some other comments. Terrence says, if she's my wife, I would never cheat on her. But if she's just a girlfriend and she doesn't make time for me in the bedroom, I would have cheated on her over and over and over again. You know, I love the point that Brenton says. He said how it's subjective because you might be more forgiving, if that person's in your top five. So I guess, if you really love them, you're attached. And, I think about like, God bless his soul, Kobe Bryant, for example,
Mm.
you're more willing, Bill Clinton, is another one that comes to mind, it makes a difference.
Money changes.
So, and money could be a factor as
Yeah.
well.
Money
All
and
these are
power.
factors.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of things that can factor. Yeah.
So for me,
Right.
I don't think the girl's an asshole.
Mm.
I think many times friendships truly don't get tested. And I think friendships are very complicated. And in a situation like that, sometimes people want to hear that you're on their side definitively. And she wasn't ready to hear that maybe you played a part in that. That's not easy to hear, but sometimes those conversations do happen. And I am speaking from personal experience that I have had women friends that I'm the psychiatrist, so to speak, and I listened and heard things. And when you come to me, I'm not always going to tell you what you want to hear. Sometimes I'm going to give you some harsh truths that you may not want to hear. And if that repels you from me for a little while, okay. If you ask me, I'm going to give you the truth. And sometimes, believe it or not, you may have contributed to the situation. It's not your fault, but there were things that may have contributed to that leading to that, because I do believe that sometimes people don't intend it. There are people like me that I know I'm going to cheat all the time. That's who I am. That's built inside of me. And I'm not saying that jokingly. I'm saying that if the opportunity presents itself, yeah, I'm probably gonna fuck somebody else. I like to think that I'm gonna be smart about it because I have like my 3 rules that I follow. And I assume she's going to do the same too. This is just the way my brain works. But I don't think everybody think that way. I truly think some people put themselves in circumstances. The Bible says, can a man rake fire into his bosom and not get burned? Sometimes in a relationship, as it drifts apart for whatever reasons it might be, work, school obligations, the kids, women, y'all go through certain times where you just don't feel like doing it or whatever. It could be anything. And then situations arise that sometimes we put ourselves in. I know as men, I know when I was married, there was a few times where I knew, let me leave now because something is going to happen and it's not going to be good. But I didn't always make that decision. You see what I'm saying? So I think sometimes it can happen like that. I don't believe once a cheater, always a cheater. And even Tasha, with what you say, I do think people have the capacity that to make a mistake and cheat on somebody and truly feel regret and remorse for it and never do it again. I feel you. That's what I believe. And so for me, I believe in the power of forgiveness, so that's how I look at it. But it's complicated, and that we're at the end, but a question like this shows you all the complexities that make relationships so difficult. And I'll end it by saying this: Mark to me was an idiot. I would never have told. Some things keep to yourself, because to me, did you not know your woman well enough to know how she feels? Tasha, I'm gonna use your example. You are definitive. If you cheat, it's over.
If I
Hannah,
over.
Right. So that's where you stand on that.
Right.
Hannah, you're the same way. You've been cheated on. If I'm with a woman that I should know that about her, that you know what, if I fuck up, I'm never telling her, because if I want to be with her, I'm saying, because I know for you it is over. It's a done deal, So for me, if I'm cheating on a woman like you, let me go run and get a test to make sure that I ain't catch nothing, and I'm taking that to the grave, so that as long as I don't give you nothing, I'm not telling you.
I think he did it. I think he confessed because he was tired of the relationship. I think he did it as an out. I don't,
but we don't know that.
I will never. But see, also, I don't give a damn what the circumstances are. Cheating is not a mistake. It is always calculated. There is never a chance for anything. You did not slip and fall in some dick, on some dick, in some pussy, in some ass. It's always calculated. Always.
We could go away down that.
The only way I would say that would be, it would have to be in the cases of rape. That's it.
So that's why I loved how definitive she is. And so for me, I do not believe that. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, I believe a person could be anybody, including you, in my opinion, that I believe anybody could be in a situation where that wasn't your intention going into it. You could have had an argument with your man. You could be devastated by a death, and that situation could. I purposely used to attend funerals. I got more pussy from funerals than I would from a wedding, because that was what I preyed upon. I literally preyed upon individuals, catching them in that moment of grief, so that was my opportunity to get me some pussy. Lamb says alcohol can play a part of it. I can't tell you. Let me finish. Well, for me, I can't tell you how many times I agree with Lamb that a little bit of alcohol and all of a sudden the resistance spins down. That's how I'm respecting where you come from, Tasha. But I'm telling you, I with all of the passion inside of me, I feel the exact opposite way. I really, really and truly do. I want to read a couple of comments, and then we got to get out of here, because man, this is going. Joseph said everybody made some good points, and they did. I love that. Yeah. He says, I had a friend, baby moms tried to talk to me. I swiftly reminded her, me and her man are friends, and I don't roll like that. Been in that situation, Joseph.
Thank you, Miss Tori.
Everyone's on.
Yeah.
Okay. We get ready to get out of here. So is it more loving or more hateful to be honest about indiscretions?
It has nothing to do with love or hate. It's the act itself.
I'm respecting your views, but Brenton is bringing some beautiful questions in there. Joseph said, in most cases, yes, Tasha, but there are situations where it happens in the blink of an eye. So I'm gonna stop right there. Okay. This is why I want to end it. Hold on. I don't want to cut you off. Say your last bit, Tasha.
No, I was going to say this has to be a show. That's all I was going to say. Is like this topic has to be a show because of the lack of accountability of black men in the comments. But go ahead, Black. I digress.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
What? That is folks. If this is your first time tuning in, and even when people go back and watch this is why I do this. This is exactly why I started this right here, because this is a dialogue, in all honesty, that we never have in the African American community, especially. We jump into these relationships in many cases without truly knowing what that person's principles are, where they stop and start. And so because we lust and we get into it and we find ourselves in these situations, that's why I do this show, because I said the very first episode, I said men are from Mars, women are from Venus. We are so very different, and know who you're with. I'll end it for me on this note. If you with somebody, conversation, communication, you have to be having these talks, the what ifs and what do you believe and what do you think. And those are real conversations that you should be having before that moment gets to you. And now you in no man's land and not knowing what your partner really believes about these things. Because if you want it to work, pillow talk shouldn't just be about how good the sex act was. It should be about real shit, talking to each other, and that's why I do this show. But again, we are 19 minutes over. I usually get Kenny to run down everything that we're saying, but in the interest of time,
y'all just go to TFG.
That's
YouTube,
what I was gonna say.
Facebook, you find us, you'll see us.
If you enjoyed this show, this is just one of many. TFG, subscribe. We are, I believe, the only team that's having real conversations in a diverse way. We talk about in various shows under the TFG umbrella. We got the Sportsman right there on the bottom right. We talk about relationships. We talk about religion. We talk about politics. We have shows where it's just the brothers talking and giving you some insight into them. We talk about fuckery and foolishness as well. We have it all for you under the umbrella of TFG. So that you remember nothing else, please go and subscribe. Tell people about the shows. Britton Haynes, this is literally, we're better than the Breakfast Club.
What does that comment even mean? There were no statistics. What are you talking about? Please be on topic. Please be on point. There were no statistics. Cheating is subjective, based on experiences. My God, let's be on point if we're gonna comment.
So here's the thing. This is, as you see, why you get these visceral reactions, because we're talking about real shit, and that's what we do here. So I'm going to let everybody go off in the sunset. Smoke them if you got them. Drink them if you got them. Watch TV, relax. Tasha, calm the fuck down. And everybody have a great
and don't slip in no pussy. All you don't slip in no pussy, or don't let no dick slip in your ass. Whatever.
Don't follow no dick. Don't jump on no random penis.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Y'all will love it anyway. Y'all be wanting it.
Everybody penises.
You know you want to have too much alcohol. Heaven forbid.
Don't be calling no top fives. Don't no top fives. No top fives. We don't need no top fives.
I love y'all. I love everybody. Y'all have lifted my spirits for this day. I got a pain in my neck, and y'all have lifted my spirits.
And Tasha been a pain in your ass.
McMac, you
man. Just be on point. Shit. In this case, just be on point if you're gonna comment. God.
I love it. So Tasha, though, before we end, hold on, Tasha, before we end, what is the motto to our show?
We're going to agree to disagree without being dumbasses. That's what our motto is.
Wait a minute. That ain't the motto.
Here at Real Talk.
That's the motto.
Here at Real Talk, we agree to disagree without being disagreeable.
That's right.
That's what we do.
That's what I thought.
That's what we do. It was a great show. It was a great show. And Brother Brenton, you got a spot on this show anytime you want to. Anytime you want to, my brother.
No, you don't.
So I love you. Fantastic. This has been Real Talk. Peace out, everybody. Absolutely. God bless. Enjoy your weekend.
Good night.
And always keep